She'll have California blonde hair and California stars.
So this week I went camping with my friends and her friends from her club, and it actually was such a refreshing experience. I just forgot how much I enjoy talking to people that I've never met and just playing around with campfires and tents. I'm usually a super uptight person when it comes to sanitation and cleanliness, but camping is one of those few times where I do not mind getting grubby and playing around in nature. And one of my all-time favorite YouTubers actually recently retired, but I've been watching his camping videos during my lunch break since literally freshman year. So I have always been getting excited to camp. I like hiking, just being away from home and from noise, breathing in fresh air. And I realized that one of my must-haves in life is nature, for sure. Naturally, being a super sensitive person kind of adds to this because I get extremely overstimulated when there are loud noises or bright lights. And even though Evanston is relatively quiet, it's still not quiet enough for me. I think in the long term, it just kind of bothers me how the Lakeville is almost too perfectly manicured and the bushes are perfectly equal lengths apart. I miss like the overgrown shrubs in my backyard and all the hills when you're driving. Just miss like the non-curated natural environment that I could enjoy anywhere I went. I think I need a slower pace in life in my future, and I didn't really realize that until I studied abroad. I went to Milan, Italy for a semester, but even though Milan is a metropolis, people are just super easygoing, Italians in general. And it was quite a culture shock from my summer because I worked in downtown Chicago on Michigan Ave, so insanely busy, running around, always trying to catch the bus. And I don't know, like I got used to Italy and I like the slower pace a lot. And I also loved Berlin when I went, and even though it's like a super major city, I loved how naturey it was. My roommate actually lives in SF, and if I could afford something like that, I think I would really love having access to a big city, but also having so much nature close to you. That's from what I heard. I haven't gone to SF yet, but I definitely want to go this summer to visit her. Spring quarter of my junior year has been one of my favorite quarters of school so far. I am taking so many interesting classes that will actually add to my life beyond college. And I had a lot of fun moments, even though the weather was quite awful a lot of the time. But the classes I took this quarter were Marriage 101, Designing of Learning Environments, Earth 101, and Design Your Life. Design Your Life and Marriage 101 are classes with takeaways that I will definitely remember for life.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who? Yeah. OVO Sound 2025. Who's calling that shit?
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Effie? Was it Dante? Is it Party? Where's the function?
Where the fuck the function? Where the fuck the function? The way I feel right now, I feel like we need to be all alone. So if you just playing around, you need to tell your girl, take a fine ass home, and that's real. Stop teasing me, stop teasing me. I could change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but you're leaving me, leaving me. We got sticks in the club illegally. Got the whole 6 side, they believe in me. We got members east of the DVP. We got members west on the 401. We got a lock on the game, but there's more to come. You gotta pop that ass till the morning come. You want shots for the girls, damn, order some.
One of the assignments for Marriage 101 was to extensively interview my parents about their lives, and that was actually a super interesting assignment. I was a bit stressed at first though because I had to translate all my interview questions to Korean, conduct it in my second language, and figure out how to get my parents into the Zoom room. So I was frustrated during the beginning of the interview, but by the end I actually had so much fun, and I was really impressed with how much they had grown since my siblings and I were little kids. One thing I've grown really thankful for is that my parents became quite humble over time. They're actually quite willing to change and always improve our relationships with them now. And it was actually a really awkward few years when they suddenly became quote unquote good parents, and my mom decided to use the tips she learned while studying counseling. And they just started saying I love you out of nowhere and talking about how thankful they are. But it actually made me feel so sick to hear that at first. But many years later, the forced awkwardness now has become comfortable practices. And I remember when I was applying to Northwestern, I decided to write one of my essays on emotional vulnerability. And around that time, I had just decided that I wanted to pursue psychology. And I really saw how it was healing for my family to practice vulnerability. I also secretly was going to therapy at that time, and I really liked the progress I was making with the help of a clinician. That was about 4 years ago when I had like this big aha moment. But this quarter, I realized that I made quite little progress in my practice of being emotionally vulnerable. For some reason, it just saps my energy, and I hate the feeling of being exposed and being too aware of how the other person reacts. I also enjoy security and don't want others to be able to use the things I shared against me. But I realized that it is far more exhausting to bury your emotions and try to figure out why you're feeling so awful weeks later, and it actually, I feel, will slowly eat away at your self-worth as well, and also your ability to empathize with those who are closest to you. I think I especially loved my Design Your Life class because it challenged me to do things that I probably would have never considered actually doing on my own. It made me think what I wanted to do for my future, not in relation to my academics or career, but the kind of relationships I want and how to bring my values to life. And also, like, just having fun. I rediscovered how much I love working with my hands and how I would love to incorporate a more rural lifestyle filled with cooking and crafting somewhere in my future, maybe in the later half. But this class is also the reason I made this vlog in the first place. My final project was to do something that equally excites you and terrifies you. Something that you have been wanting to do for forever, but never had the time to. I am not someone who loves curating my life for other people's gaze, hence why I've actually been on a long social media break. But I really do love documenting my life, and I also want to have something I can look at in the future. I really missed how I was able to indulge in the things I loved when I was in Milan. I had so much free time to just travel, paint, knit, talk to people, and just walk around. So I decided to take this summer easy and make a bucket list of things I wanted to fill my time with, slow activities that I enjoy. I also recently got a Kindle for a gift, and I really want to fill my time with reading and enjoying nature. And at work, I really want to have curiosity conversations with my 2 supervisors. They're currently living kind of the career dream I have, and I wonder what steps that they took to get there, but also without putting out the impression that I want to gain something from the conversation. But I really just want to hear from them, and I think the best conversations always come out from a talk with no obligations or strings attached, where people are genuinely interested in the other person and what they have to say. I want to take care of myself this summer and enjoy myself and get out of that comfort bubble that I make for myself.